Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this replay review from Warcraft 3 Champions ladder, and this game happened off stream, but on Warcraft 3 Champions every ladder game is registered and replays are available for everybody. So I just saw this game in Mr. Dendi playing history because his opponent is Neo, Back2Warcraft Neo legendary caster, and of course a very big undead fan. So Mr. Dendi is have been playing human since like 3 days, and it's a little bit weird for me because he had a better success with Night Elf, definitely MMR wise. Maybe he doesn't feel like a Night Elf is a fun strategy, maybe he thinks that human is better, or maybe he fits better his playstyle. Definitely I saw in the game versus Guzu that it's also on this YouTube channel that he has a very good MK control. So from what I have been seeing, Mr. Dendi, he likes to play MK. Let's see if this game is not going to be different. No, he's going for MK first. Let me explain you why in professional Warcraft versus Undead we don't see Mountain King that much. In professional Warcraft, Undead versus Human, it's all about expansion versus expansion. Archmage is amazing because Archmage can spam water elementals, they have piercing damage, and they are like range units, so you can basically go to opponent expansion that's under construction, you spawn water elemental, and it's very easy to cancel this expansion over and over again. With MK, you don't have this ability. With MK, you have, of course, very good hero focus abilities. With Bolt, you can do Bolt Surround, so you stun opponent hero, and if you have big army around, you can use this stun duration that is not that long, but it's long enough to surround the enemy hero. So I'm very curious to see what Mr. Dendi will do. So again, sometimes we can go for MK expansion on maps with Mercamps, because in Mercamps you can hire a lot of like piercing damage units, so you can think about them like pocket water elementals. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if Mr. Neo will be able to punish Mr. Dendi going for MK expansion on this very map. So what I can tell you about Mr. Neo, that he's a big fan of Ted Fins. Ted Fins, oh, okay, so Mr. Dendi is not changing the aggression as he's taking too much damage. So he lost one militia, and this also a problem, double militia death. Mamma mia, this is not good. And look at this! Already Mr. Neo is here with his Death Knight. Deny, attack your own fiend. Okay. Experience for Mr. Neo, but level 2 on Dendi. So Dendi should pull more militia, I guess, and try to surround Mr. Neo. Surround Mr. Neo Death Knight, and let's see how good Mr. Neo will be with keeping his Death Knight on a safe distance from the MK, because yes, we can't do much about Bolt Surround. If we are just too close, we are just stunned. If you have a lot of units, we can like surround ourselves with our own units, so opponent can make this bigger surround. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, of course, another annoying part, what Undead can do, he can basically summon skeletons in our base. But look at this, and then they change his mind. He's like, okay, I'm not going to be able to hold this expansion. I'm going to play one base. One base versus one. And he's creeping with Clap. I don't know about this. This camp looks pretty easy, and human army is in a good shape. I'll just save the mana for potential board surround. He has very good items, plus 8 cloths, plus 3 strength. In Warcraft 3, the strength is main strat of MK. So if you get an item that gives you your main stat, you got of course benefits from health, which is HP regen and HP points, but you also get the bonus damage that main stat gives you. So ladies and gentlemen, so far, you know, and when the opponent, when Undead is playing Ted Fins, it means that he's going to have a tier 3 very quickly, because Ted Fins mean one base play, and Mr. Dendi doesn't know that. You know, I'm experienced in Warcraft 3, so when I see opener like that, I'm 100% sure that there is no expansion. By Mr. Dendi, you know, he like doesn't know that this is like what we call like non-expanding build. Of course, you may say Soul, it can happen, it's like a fake Ted Fins, but in Warcraft 3, faking is not that popular. So trust me on that. If you see just a solo Death Knight trying to send some calls to your peons during your creep, it means that it's going to be one base versus one base. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see. I'm the most curious about Mr. Dendi MK control. So he's crossing the map. He's close to his sadly not expansion, but his natural expansion. And what MK loves is Boots of Speed, because with Boots of Speed he can chase very nicely, and yes, bolt surrounds are easier and stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a very fragile moment for Mr. Neo, and because bolt and it's bolt, very nice bolt. Let's see Mr. Dendi control. He should be able to get this fiend. Insta surround, ladies and gentlemen. They call him Dota God for a reason, but look at this. He doesn't have this big economy. He can't surround the Death Knight. And look at this Nova, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Neo has been watching Happy Games since years, and Mr. Neo can cast a juicy Nova himself. What Nova is this AoE damage spell, and you need to like cast it in the middle of the monsters, not on one monster, because it deals more damage to the first target, but it deals a pretty nice damage to all of the targets around, and it slows them down for some time. So ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dendi is playing Rifle Caster, I think, which is a very good option. He's going for the shop, which I kinda like, because creeping this will be hard. And ladies and gentlemen, let's see what we can do in the mid game. So there is a scout farm. That's how we call a farm that is basically somewhere around the map, not in our base. Of course, you can make a farm like here. So you have a remote access to the tavern, because if you have your building close to like structure like that, and for example, you can make a farm here, close to the Goblin Laboratory, and you will be able to click on the Goblin Laboratory even without your unit present, because this structure, this farm, counts like a unit. And ladies and gentlemen, so Mr. Dendi is creeping now, and with Blood Mage is of course much easier to clip. By the way, we click on the Death Knight and we can check the inventory on the Death Knight. It's a public knowledge, let's say. And you see that there's Wand of Illusion, so it means that it's almost 100% illusion. Illusion is just used for scouting sometimes, and it's going to be, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Rifle Caster. I don't understand second barrack. When we have expansion, yes, we need second barrack for human, and we need like double workshop, but not in this case. So ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dendi is popping the Hillstone. Here is Scroll of Regen. Is he going to buy something else? It's very problematic to buy something because he's playing one base. And look at the scout farm. He's like, okay, this scout farm is showing me exactly when this Back2Warcraft Neo is. And Back2Warcraft Neo is doing fine. He's creeping with Obsidian Statue. Look at this. Obsidian Statue is healing nicely. And of course, Mr. Neo is waiting for tier 3 power spike. And Mr. Dendi is ready. And Mr. Neo is like, I wasn't born yesterday. You want to kill my hero or something? I'm going to teleport out. Hello, Mr. Death Note. Nice to see you. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dendi... No impact. He wasn't able to expand, and now in one base he's going tier 3, which is interesting. So we can play Rifle Caster with Inner Fire with tier 3. By the way, don't kill the unit with mana first. I will explain you. We have Blood Mage here, ladies and gentlemen, and Blood Mage can steal mana from creeps, you know. And as we can see in this creep camp, there were like 4 creeps, and 3 of them had no mana. So we should basically take all of the mana from a creep with mana, and to do it, we should like kill him at the end. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so Dark Troll High Priest has mana, but look, we have a lot, and he can sleep your units. He sleeps the units, ladies and gentlemen. That's funny. And Mr. Dendi bought a Troll Healer. Why you buy Troll Healer when you can buy your own priest? For the viewers, they don't know. Those units that you buy from the Mer camp, they have abilities. They are weakened. than normal units, because, for example, in order to get your priest, you know, the normal way, you need to be tier 2, you need to make a building, right? And in order to get priest, this troll priest from the mer camp, you just need to creep the mer camp. You can do it in the early game. So if the troll priest would be like as strong as a normal priest, it would be basically too hard. You know, it would be too OP. So, for example, one healing from normal priest is plus 25 HP, and one healing from troll priest, if I remember correctly, is plus 12. So it's less than half, a little bit less, right? So that's why I'm a little bit confused why. And surround, oh, Mr. Dendi. He likes the surround, he likes bolt surround, but he wasn't able, ladies and gentlemen, to get the kill. Hello, Mr. Carson. Hello, Mr. Francis. Yes, that was amazing, Mr. Carson. I have been casting. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what is going to happen here. The Lich is in trouble, but Mr. Neo with the invul, and look at this mana. Mana is going down on the DK, but the problem is that our MK doesn't have enough. We have round bracers. That's amazing. So this MK is going to survive a lot. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have tier 3, so maybe you shouldn't fight without tier 3. What kind of unit composition we can do even? I don't know. Huge supply lead for Mr. Neo. It's not because he has an expansion. We have a beautiful scout farm here. We don't know there is no expansion, but just rifles are not enough. Rifles are not enough, ladies and gentlemen, versus unit composition of Back2Warcraft Neo and Mr. Dendi. I think if you want to expand with MK, you need to like, you know, you need to brute force it. You can't give up. Now he's, and by the way, give mana to the MK. Blood Mage can't walk around with full mana because Blood Mage doesn't need that mana, and also Blood Mage is an intelligence hero, so he's regenerating mana quickly, and in order to regenerate mana, you need to have low mana. I mean, not full. And by the way, we can buy Orb of Fire on the MK if we want to be able to attack air units. Okay. Mr. Dendi is going in. That was a nice club, but yes, we are lacking damage. We are still trying. Mr. Neo almost on double the supply. Rifles are amazing. Rifles are amazing versus destroyers, so at least we have that. Back2Warcraft Neo. Okay, Dendi is trying to get the Crippler, but yes, he doesn't have enough damage. There is no enough damage. Healing used. He's experimenting with this MK. He's getting the almost, and he's teleporting out, and Coil is here. Ladies and gentlemen, so much effort for nothing, and that's the problem, right? If you try to hero focus, you won't kill the target. It means that you were attacking target that is going to be healed by a nice coil, and yourself you lost some units in the process. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Neo is adding abominations. Abominations like a basically cherry on top in order to finish the game, because yes, abominations are crazy good versus rifles, and Mr. Dendi is trying. And remember, this man is practicing off-stream. I'm not saying that he's hiding strategy, but maybe he's like, I don't want to open the stream, maybe I have 30 minutes, 1 hour. I just want to get some practice on Warcraft Champions. So, ladies and gentlemen, Back2Warcraft Neo is proving yet again that he won a show match versus... Okay, Mr. Dendi, he wants to get the Crypt Lord, and he gets the Crypt Lord. But ladies and gentlemen, supply doesn't lie. 24 for Mr. Dendi, 54 for Mr. Neo. I'm expecting this one base because we have a scout farm here. But yes, at some point MK will get low HP, and with MK very nice hero micro, but the problem is he lost all of the rifles on the way, and Mr. Neo was able to keep his army big, he was able to keep his army efficient. And yes, killing Crypt Lord, which is the third hero, is not as important as, for example, killing the Death Knight, or at least Lich, because Lich is the orb carrier. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no Paladin to heal this, and actually would be a nice addition for Mr. Dendi, because when you are tier 3, so your main building is upgraded 2 times, you can go for a third hero, and Mr. Neo went deep with his Lich. But there is no enough mana, we have one priest that can heal, but it will take forever. 60 supply for Neo, 30 supply for Mr. Dendi. Mr. Dendi is trying to heal, and Mr. Neo is around the corner. Remember that Undead have those freaking statues, ladies and gentlemen, and those statues are pretty good to basically attack non-stop. because Mr. Neo forgot the status for a moment. That's why myself, when I play, I usually keep status in one control group, but I digress, ladies and gentlemen. So again, Mr. Dendi is not getting tier 3 power spike. There is no third hero, there is no staff of preservation. Okay, sorry, I stand corrected, there is staff, but there is nothing we can use the staff on. And there is no Orb of Fire. I would add Orb of Fire. Also, if you hero focus, Orb of Fire is good, because, ladies and gentlemen, Orb of Fire, so it's like this special item from the Arcane Vault that you can put on the hero, and it makes an effect on the target that hero is attacking, and it basically lowers the healing from all sources by 35%, right? So it's basically coils. Their healing are 35% less efficient. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dendi is trying to survive. He had a nice micro, and he before leaving, he decided to test the staff technology. So he stabbed his Blood Mage, but when Blood Mage is under the Staff of Sanctuary effect, Blood Mage can't move until he's full HP, and he'll never be full HP because he will be dead. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Neo, back to Warcraft Neo, strong player. And Mr. Dendi, I don't know about MK expansion. That's a nice strategy if you have good bolt surrounds, and I can see that he has good bolt surrounds. But maybe next time try to creep a green camp, so you can accumulate more footies, and after creeping a green camp, then take 6 militia, you have like, let's say, 3 footies out, you go to creep expansion, and if you see Undead or Farseer, I mean Death Knight or Farseer, it will be much easier for you to bolt surround. Because with this, you need to have expansion. So guys, I hope that you liked the game. It was just a random ladder game that I have found in Mr. Dendi playing history, and yes, shout out to Mr. Dendi for playing off-stream, and shout out to Mr. Neo for playing off-stream, because there is not that many casters and streamers that love the game enough to play off-stream. Myself, I play very rarely off-stream these days. Thank you guys for watching. Please consider subbing on YouTube, and see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.